I will start with LeBron James.
Sure.
To this day, if I tell you there's a guy that size that does the things that he did coming out, you still kind of can't believe it. At the time, 6'8", 240, the best open court player basketball has ever seen, with a computer brain, who will eventually develop a jump shot that makes him all world, unstoppable, and incredible. But no, the first time, because look, I felt like we had heard a lot about LeBron, and he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and they were playing some of his games on ESPN, but most of us really hadn't seen it. And it was we'd seen high school players get in, and even back to Kobe Bryant, right? Even Kevin Garnett, they looked like guys who just came out of high school. They could play in the NBA, but they didn't look like they were it would have been better if they had gone to college.
Yeah.
There was no reason whatsoever for LeBron James to step foot on campus, and it was clear after one night.
The best knock on LeBron James is a compliment. And it's this. The biggest weakness in Bron's game is that it had to involve other people.
Yes.
That's it. There have been people who made entire sports media careers out of weaponizing this and saying that, you couldn't take over games. There's a thing in LeBron's head where he understands that basketball is a team sport. Maybe too much sometimes, because sometimes he would trust his teammates, even when you didn't want him to. That's the thing, is you look at him and go, why would you ever pass it? And you go, because that's the right thing to do. Right?
Yes.
That's it is bizarre to say this for somebody who is as physically gifted as he is. And I mean, out of bounds, off the charts, not built like anyone else, literally built different dude. He's a cerebral player. He's an intellectual player when it comes to how he sees basketball. And that's crazy to me. By the way, I just want to say this as a point of enthusiasm, not necessarily of insight. There's 5 different LeBrons, right? If you're selecting them, there's 5 different ones. Big Bron is the coolest basketball player ever. Big Bron, Mecha Bron, the one in Miami.
Bron.
Miami Bron, right? I'm talking stone crab and shrimp appetizers Bron. I'm talking Bron, big pancakes Bron. Bron when he's almost got a little bit of body fat on him. Almost. I think this is the same era where that Tristan Thompson was talking about, where he's where they were saying, oh yeah, Bron spends $2 million a year on his body and he sleeps in a hyperbaric chamber. Then they asked Tristan Thompson about it, and he's like, man, his diet sucks. He eats a stack of pancakes and a bunch of candy, and then he comes out and he dunks on you. He sucks. He's different. Love that Bron.
Miami Bron, the whole era of Miami Bron, man, that was 4 incredible years. It was the easiest 4 years of producing sports content ever, because you knew topic 1 was the Heat game. No, not even Jordan commanded the attention of America in the way that those Heat teams did for that sustained 4-year period. It was wild to look back on. And he was so good, right? So good. I do not think that even at his best, I can't say that I think his best was better than Jordan's best, but there was no way that you were watching him play and you could think that something could have been better than that. The people who have LeBron in that place in their world, if you watched in Miami, I get why you would feel that way, right? It's when you mess around and hear, they're 10 different rappers that if you hear them, you're like, yo, nobody's better than this.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be, but you're like, no, nobody's better than this. That's Bron, really, for the first 3 years. The 4th year, not as much. But when he was the best offensive and defensive player in the NBA,
listen, Game 6 against the Warriors. Game 6 against the Warriors, Games 5 and 6, really, against the Warriors, when they do come back and they are, and they do win the title in Cleveland. First of all, he won in Cleveland. I don't know. This is, again, when I hit the point of we can't continue this conversation any further. You won a title for a professional franchise in Cleveland, specifically the Cavaliers. And you did it, I don't want to say single-handedly, but it's not happening without you. That's 100%, that's 100% certain. You're not getting close without you. when he does that, it's like listening to Kendrick on Control. It's like watching Federer when he was in like the ninth set of a tiebreaker at Wimbledon, where he manages to jump into the queen's lap and still put the ball over the net and then recover. Like, it was at that point, you're watching somebody do something at the highest level of expression, right? And then he does the block. Like, before that, right?
The block and then the dunk that wasn't. Like, there's legendary in Chapel Hill, the tip dunk that wasn't. This crazy tip dunk that Vince Carter almost hit against Duke, I want to say in the
Mm-hmm.
98 season, where it's just like, it was so cold that it's remembered even though it was missed, right?
Yeah.
That dunk where I don't see how he didn't break his arm when he landed on his hand coming down on the ground and played through the rest of it. But if he makes that dunk the ultimate exclamation point on what they did to the Warriors, that would have been, to me, the best in-game dunk of all time worldwide is Vince Carter jumping over that dude in the Olympics in Sydney in 2000. But the best NBA in-game dunk of all time, if LeBron had made that, would have been that one.
It would have been that one. And even then, he didn't need it. Like, that's the amazing part. Like, one of the best feelings in sports, and this is what you get with a lot of these guys, is this, that when you're watching them, you go, that person's not letting it happen. You could lose, but that person single-handedly is not letting it happen, right? Again, our critiques of LeBron are all compliments, right? He was maybe too intellectual in the sense that he actually involved his teammates, because that was what you're supposed to do according to the game. And also, if you're doing that Jordan versus LeBron thing, you go, well, Jordan had a greater drive to win. You go, well, yeah, he wasn't psychopathic about it. Like this, like all of the things where you go, hey, maybe that thing Michael Jordan did was kind of crazy. That's crazy person stuff. He goes, well, I won. You go, I'm not arguing that. I'm also saying the thing you did was demonstrably insane.
Yeah, and it was years. I didn't really quite recognize just how, even while being part of it at the time and knowing like it was super dope and fun. But when LeBron left Miami and went back to Cleveland, which meant that they were running all the first run of Cleveland clips again, you were like, oh, that was smaller LeBron. Like Big Bron, there was a certain value. But young at its springiest LeBron, right? Like a little bit less Bo Jackson, a little closer to Randy Moss.
Yeah. Just a deranged level of talent that, like, if you want to know how spoiled you are, it's that this guy has been around this long, has been this good, and has been this many different types of players at this many different franchises, right? Like, Michael Jordan was one kind of player. LeBron has now been like 3 or 4 different kinds of players across the board, and he's been successful at all of them. This is hard mode. Like, he played the game on super hard mode and won.